It is, I think, day 5 in Japan. Today is day 5 in Japan, and we will be heading to Yamanashi to do some shopping, and then Shizuoka to visit the Kachoen Flower and Owl Park. You actually know more about these two prefectures than you probably realize. Why do I say this? Because Mount Fuji, Japan's tallest volcano, is split between Yamanashi Prefecture on the north side and Shizuoka Prefecture on the south. Yamanashi is much like a cereal bowl, surrounded by tall mountains on every side. It's located 2 hours to the west of Tokyo by train and is renowned throughout Japan for its fruit and many outdoor activities. Its harvest of grapes, peaches, and plums is consistently ranked as the best in Japan. Since my sister lived here for over 5 years, we're actually traveling to see one of her best friends, who, surprise surprise, over the coming days became one of my best friends too. Her name is Megumi, and we actually got picked up by her husband, and their daughter Michan from the Isawaonsen Station once we arrived. Our first stop was at a rest stop named Tabi No Eki, which is roughly translated to trip station in English. This store is packed full of souvenirs for travelers that are typically heading from Tokyo to Yamanashi to explore and adventure. Tabi No Eki sells a variety of local specialties. They have a garden center out front for you plant lovers, in addition to herbal teas, fruit, pudding, and decadent chocolate. I found some beautifully crafted gingerbread sweets and a variety of Mount Fuji themed treats inside. No, seriously, they lean heavy into the Fuji themed products. There's a taste testing station featuring local foods inside that Andrea, Megumi, and I stopped by. They offered us smoked cheese and bacon on a toothpick. It tasted really yummy. We also tried a pastry with red bean paste inside. It wasn't exactly my favorite, but not bad. If you are big into bread-filled delights, they also have a bakery. I didn't try any of the various baguettes, cheese breads, Earl Grey buns, apple pastries, or banana creams, to name a few, but sheesh did this food make me want to chow down. I was actually saving myself for an intriguing treat that caught my eye the moment I stepped foot into the store. Mizu mochi, or roughly translated in English as water or water drop mochi. Mizu mochi is a popular mochi, a rice cake snack from Yamanashi. While Shingen mochi is a relatively well-known confectionery of Japan, you may or may not have heard of Mizu mochi. I hadn't and was very surprised when I first saw it in Tabi No Eki. The mochi is served with kuromitsu, black Japanese sugar syrup, and kinoko, which is roasted soybean powder. Let's see what I thought about this decadent Yamanashi delight. Andrea, maybe help me.
あれなんか作るのあ、この、この
Yeah,
ね
and here, you have to let it.
下に用事があるから
And
Yeah, and there's underneath.
Oh, the spoon.
うんうん
Oh, I just...
attack?
ここも
Oh, comes out.
Part of it's underneath. Yeah.
That...
Wow.
This is something else. This is such an experience. And then a little bit of this too?
Yes.
Okay.
Kinako powder, beans powder.
The sauce came off the top.
Oh. Yes. Okay.
Got it. Ready. Go.
Was good.
Good. What does it taste like?
It tastes kind of like I don't know, honestly, a little bit like mochi.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kinoko powder does. Yeah, but it's nice. The drink that I ended up drinking was a vinegar-based fruit tea. I don't remember exactly which fruit I ordered. I believe it was blueberry from one of the local farms in Yamanashi, but it was very tart and made me pucker my lips. To be honest, it wasn't as refreshing as I thought it would be. I really thought it would be light traces of vinegar in terms of taste, but no. In reality, it was almost like French kissing a lemon, so not really my favorite. After we got done at Tabi No Eki, we started to venture down the mountain towards Shizuoka. The trip took about an hour and a half, but when we finally made it, I felt this overwhelming feeling of excitement. Upon entering the building, I was met with owls and flowers of every kind. I didn't care as much about the flowers, to be honest, even though they were extremely gorgeous. But Megumi and Andrea had a bit of a photo shoot, while I walked around and took in all the different owl species. Being that it was about lunchtime, 2 of the groundskeepers were making their rounds feeding the owls in their cages. For some reason, I didn't expect owl food to be various animal and rodent parts, but here we are. I was literally staring at owls eating small birds, and I'd be lying if I didn't say I wish I had some sort of forewarning. Yeah. But these majestic creatures, both small and even dare I say gigantic in some instances, were everything an owl lover could have asked for. See, I am one of those owl lovers that has appreciated these creatures since I was very, very little. Long before popular artists like Drake started to popularize them. I know you OVO owl lovers think that you're the OGs, but not quite. A couple minutes later, Kachoen staff put on a half-hour show displaying the various birds. Even though I don't speak much Japanese, I really didn't have to understand what was going on. Owls are extremely intelligent birds, and based off what I saw, they are equally as intelligent and understanding as eagles. I'm of course not a scientist, but that's at least what my eyes were showing me. Science will tell you that owls' eyes are actually bigger than their brains, so in comparison to other intelligent members of the avian world, like crows and parrots, they aren't that smart. But at least based off of what I saw, at least I was very impressed. Out of the 200 plus species of owls, I would not be surprised if this facility had 30 to 40 of them, but during this particular show, we were limited to a barn owl, some sort of eagle, a little owl, and a huge black-eyed barred eagle owl. During the show, the birds did a number of tasks like fly to different corners of the room, glide from a series of pots spaced 15 to 20 feet apart, and even fly to the exact locations that their trainers were stationed. More than anything, they just fluttered around, looked cool, and ate the treats that their handlers gave them. There were a few moments when the birds flew inches over or next to my head. I didn't think something so simplistic could put me on the edge of my seat, but I, along with everyone else in the room, was starstruck. And then to finish things off, the entertainers did a bit of a show and tell as they paraded the birds in front of us. I'm certain they explained more about them and went into rather deep detail about what makes these amazing creatures tick. But being that it was in Japanese, I couldn't partake of this conversation. Maybe the birds were rescued, endangered, or just protected in general. Mi-chan was having a blast herself. Let's see how I did when I had to come face to face with one of these delicate creatures.
では今からお肩に袋さん乗せます。はい、失礼します。で、お肩に乗せてる間は手で触らないようにお願いします。
Wow, this is an amazing experience. Oh, it's so like small.
こっちこっち、あ、そうそうそう。
I must be looking at the flowers. This is a burrowing owl. Yeah. So cute.
よろしいですか？はい、じゃあお肩から下ろして触れ合いに移りますね。はい、失礼します。ではそしたら頭の上こんな風に撫でてあげてください。
I feel like I've waited my whole life for this.
ありがとうございました。
So, out of all the things I was expecting to do today, it wasn't go to a bird zoo in Japan, and here we are. This is absolutely awesome. There are flamingos, there's owls, there's eagles, parrots. I'm gonna show you all some of this. This is amazing. I love this so much. After this, we headed to the back of the facility, where it was more of a traditional zoo setting. There were birds in this section like swans, parrots, flamingos, and others. We all took a chance to feed them as they walked around the room. I felt almost like we were making friends. From myself to my sister to Megumi and the rest of her family, we got along nicely with the birds. Or at least that was the case until I ran into a green turrico bird. I think that's how you pronounce it. Tureko? Yeah. Given this was the most interesting looking bird I had seen to date, I was particularly excited to hold it. But my excitement quickly subsided when the bird tried to make a snack out of my finger.
It's biting my finger and ouch. Ow, 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 ow. I'm actually gonna dip you over the other side.
There you go.
That was a painful experience. Hey. I like around the eyes. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
As we began to wrap up the day at Fuji Kachoen, I started to get that feeling that you get when you know something really amazing is coming to an end. I knew that this day would be a core memory for probably the rest of my life. I mean, come on, I even got to see penguins. Like, what? And I'm by no means the biggest animal lover. I wouldn't even say I'm a huge bird guy, but I do appreciate life in all of its beauty. And today was simply beautiful, from start to finish. I'm appreciative of great friends like Megumi, her husband, and Michan. This rainy yet beautiful day in Shizuoka would not have been possible without them. So to my friends who I know are watching this video, from Bermuda to Yamanashi, thank you. Next episode, we will be visiting Mount Fuji. So if you enjoyed what you saw here today, please stay tuned for that. I'm really enjoying this virtual diary of my trip to the land of the rising sun. Going day by day and really digging into and remembering the various activities we engaged in over this long vacation has quite honestly been very rewarding, and I hope you feel the same. So until next time, mata ne.